This is the Hot 7 Nightly News.
Good evening. It is Tuesday, 28th January 2025. I am Daniela Edwin. Welcome to the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. We are on Flow Channel 117, Kiss FM, the Caribbean Hot FM mobile app, and the Caribbean Hot 7 TV Facebook page. Not forgetting those of you using the Hot 7 plug and play antenna. Thank you so much for joining us. The public assistance program implemented by the Ministry of Equity remains a critical initiative for supporting Saint Lucia's poor and vulnerable. However, efforts to streamline the program and address errors within its system are still ongoing. Ahead of Cabinet on January 28th, Minister for Equity, Social Justice and Empowerment, Joachim Henry, provided an update on the ministry's progress in refining the program and ensuring it reaches those who need it most.
The Public Assistance Program is the government's flagship initiative to provide financial support to Saint Lucia's most vulnerable citizens. Administered by the Ministry of Equity, the program includes a cash transfer component where qualified individuals receive monthly financial aid. In 2024, Minister for Equity Honorable Joachim Henry revealed errors in the Public Assistance Program, noting that payments were being made to individuals who no longer qualified for assistance. These included relatives of deceased beneficiaries and families whose circumstances had improved. He assured the public that efforts were underway to rectify these discrepancies. Providing an update ahead of Cabinet on January 28, 2025, Minister Henry stated that his ministry has since reviewed the system and identified individuals who should graduate from the program due to improved financial standing.
We've done quite a bit of work, so of course we have reassessed persons on the public assistance list. So the number of persons, for example, that we think are not qualified to be on the list have been identified. We use the term graduate, but to remove persons off the list, we have this. So the work of reviewing our public assistance is in place.
Currently, the Public Assistance Program serves approximately 3,500 individuals, but Henry disclosed that between 600 and 800 of these beneficiaries have improved their circumstances and are now able to exit the program. Meanwhile, around 1,500 individuals are certified and waiting on a list for inclusion on the Public Assistance Program. Given the errors in the past, the minister highlighted the importance of updating Saint Lucia's poverty survey and revising the existing data to better reflect the realities of vulnerable households.
Is in place. It's important to note that the government passed our minimum wage at about $1,200, and our poverty line 1995 was at $500,000 with at least 25% vulnerability above it. So if you add $600, $800, you have a vulnerability line. Persons experiencing shock could go down below the poverty line. But what's important is that we believe that we need to have our next country poverty survey and to revisit the data associated with poverty and sort of take a different strategy, even in speaking to the issue of vulnerability. So instead of saying poverty, we more refer to it as wealth creation, generational wealth and what have you, because we believe everyone can contribute to wealth creation, even if they may be below the poverty line. So allow persons to view themselves different in the system so that they make better contribution to the society.
Despite these announcements, it remains unclear when the necessary adjustments to the Public Assistance Program will be completed. The ministry continues to work on enhancing the system to ensure that the Public Assistance Program serves as an effective safety net for those in need. For the Hot 7 TV News, Chrissy Bakey reporting.
Rehabilitation work on the Marshall Grounds main stand has been derailed after thieves stole thousands of dollars worth of equipment belonging to the project's contractor. This theft has stalled critical repairs to the facility and drawn strong condemnation from the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports. Minister Kenson Casimir is calling for swift action against the perpetrators.
Efforts to restore the Marsha Grounds main stand, a key community sporting facility, have come to an abrupt halt following a robbery at the field. The incident, which occurred last week, has delayed the vital restoration of the steel structure supporting the grandstand. The contractor, a former national football captain, explained that thieves broke into a 40-foot container on site and made off with all his tools and machinery, including welding machines, grinders, power tools, hand tools, and generators. Restoration work began in July 2024 and had been progressing well until this setback. The matter has since been reported to the police and investigations are ongoing. Speaking ahead of Cabinet on January 27th, Minister for Youth Development and Sports Honorable Kenson Casimir expressed his disappointment over the incident, describing it as a selfish act against community development.
We were very saddened to discover that vandals actually broke into the storage area for some very important equipment at the Marsha Grounds. Marsha Grounds, it's another facility that was abandoned by the previous administration, and we've invested some significant amounts to ensure that we upgrade the sitting facility, and we are going to be upgrading the lights as well. Again, Mindofele Park is a national facility, and we expect Marsha to be used more for the constituency in terms of their football competitions and in terms of some of their social development programs in that community. And so we were very, very disappointed that individuals would have taken that course of action.
The minister expressed confidence that those responsible would be apprehended and charged for this robbery. Reports suggest that they may have used social media to sell the stolen items, and that will assist with the investigation.
We do believe that there is enough evidence sprouting to find out who these individuals are. We've heard that some of the individuals have posted the sale of equipment on Facebook, and so we're doing our best to hone in on who those individuals were and prosecute them.
In light of this incident, Casimir issued a stern warning to other communities where sporting infrastructure projects are planned. He noted that the ministry is taking steps to prevent reoccurrence by enhancing security at work sites.
We just want to send out a loud clarion call to all the communities that we've mentioned that are going to undergo some level of development in terms of sporting facilities, that this will not be tolerated. We continue to have to shoulder the burden of security costs throughout our communities, and we would prefer to use those funds to further develop the playing facilities, but we have to bite the bullet and provide additional security at every one of those venues to ensure that we have a proper work program ongoing.
Rehabilitation of the Marsha Ground remains a priority for the Ministry of Youth Development and Sports. While the theft has caused delays, officials are determined to resume work and fulfill their commitment to enhancing community sports infrastructure. For the Hot 7 TV News, Chrissy Bakey reporting.
Concerns over construction at Rotary Beach have sparked outrage on social media as one individual claimed the development was deviating from the original plan, alleging that a 9-story office building was being constructed on the beach. However, Tourism Minister Ernest Hilaire has dismissed these claims, stating that the project is proceeding as planned and any changes would be communicated to the public.
An individual took to social media on January 14th to raise concerns about construction at Redwee Beach, claiming that it was taking an unexpected turn. The post, accompanied by an image, read, quote, "This beach park you sold to us is not what is happening. The entire area was supposed to be a beach park. Instead, the hotel is expanding its wings from the hillside onto the beach for a 9-story office space. All that is left for locals is only some of the sand from this picture. So where exactly will the park be? We have an abundance of authorities but zero accountability. Who is monitoring this and protecting us? End quote. The individual also tagged the government of Saint Lucia, Invest Saint Lucia, the Saint Lucia Hospitality and Tourism Association, the National Conservation Authority, and the Ministry of Tourism, demanding answers. The post quickly sparked outrage, with many expressing their frustrations in the comments section. Ahead of the weekly cabinet meeting, Tourism and Investment Minister Honorable Ernest Hilaire was questioned on whether there was any truth to the claims made in the post. He responded by stating that the allegations were untrue and expressed confusion over where such claims had originated.
Well, I saw that posting and this is bizarre. I don't know where the person got that from. And I read that I read the posting and the person said there'll be a 9-story office building there. But where did that come from? I don't know where it came from. I don't know whether the person had a nightmare the night before. You know, sometimes you can dream things and honestly, I mean, this one was just totally bizarre. I mean, as far as I know, and we've already completed the designs, we've approved the designs, we had a public meeting to discuss the designs, all the vendors were invited and, you know, the residents were invited. The project is moving quite quickly. The former Caribbean Jewels Hotel is being renovated, and the hotel at the bottom is starting. I have no idea, absolutely no idea where that came from. The person posted it, and they called on Saint Lucians. Like I said, when I read it, I was convinced somebody had a bad dream, and they just wrote their dream on Facebook when they woke up.
Minister Hilaire further clarified that the development is proceeding according to the original plan that was agreed upon. If any changes occur, the public will be notified to ensure transparency. For the Hot 7 TV News, Chrissy Bakey reporting.
Still in the first segment of the broadcast, the POV. Following recent developments in the international sphere, we asked, what are your thoughts on the mass deportations happening in the U.S.? President Trump has stated that the operation targets criminals, yet many others have also been deported. Here's your point of view.
I am very sad about what is happening because the mass deportation, in my opinion, is very unchristian, very unkind, and against the morals that we should have as individuals, as God's people. We see families being broken up. People are afraid to go to work. People are afraid to go on the streets. And this is terrible. And when the countries in the metropole and the more developed countries need the services of black people, particularly in areas like the Olympics, the sporting arena, they are very glad to use black and brown people. But when it comes to what they see as their country, they want to kick black people to the curb. And I do not think that the Lord likes that. This is my humble opinion. I feel sad because I do have friends and families up there, and I know those who went for better living, and maybe some of them never got the opportunity to get married, or even some of them tried and it didn't work out and they went for better living. But for those who went up there and commit crime, I am happy they are sending them back to their country.
Trump is an insane individual. You know, the idea of removing the persons who are responsible for picking your fruits, washing your dishes, doing all the grunt work and the slave work, and you're going to put them out of the country. Who's going to do the work? Americans are not going to do this work. This man is insane. He's a racist, an idiot, and people in Saint Lucia who support this guy are just like him.
I am blaming Trump for the mass deportation. By the way, he's right to do that because he had already won the first ball, first day of his stint as president. He'll do it. So what they get, they have to hold. Again, you have to understand that for Trump, we should deport them. They're right to do it.
Let me tell you something. I always expect that from Donald Trump. Something is nothing new to the Caribbean, and people in America should take note when Donald Trump is just a lunatic. His days are numbered. That's all I have to say.
Well, what I wish SLASPA should do, any military plane that coming into view fort and to land, to drop any deport people, don't allow them to land on the airport. Send them back to where they come from. Don't let them enter the country, because those people who come, the deport will come to the country. Maybe like they cannot get work here. They'll cause how much problems. Some of them are criminals and cause more problems. So send them back to the states where they come from.
I don't know what's good for Trump. He's doing what these people put him there, give him the mandate to do. That's what he's doing. And for other people, what they show, that's what they reap also. So I don't know. It's up to them.
Look out for our reporters or head over to our Facebook and Instagram pages at Caribbean Hot 7 TV to share your point of view on trending topics in the news. Coming up next, the Cabinet has approved the agreement reached by the government negotiating team and the Saint Lucia Trade Union Federation. And Export Saint Lucia prepares to host a business expo in V4. All that and so much more coming up when we return.